I just bought me a suit for my phone. I own it.
What's your name?
Nisa Maya Limas. Oh wait, I forgot. Sorry, I'm sorry. I don't mean to stop because you're recording, but I have to say everything right. Like my name is Nisa Maya Limas.
Sure.
Okay. Sorry. So do I do it again?
Sure.
Okay. My name is Nisa Maya Limas.
And why is today so special for you?
Today is so special for me because I'm finishing a chapter in my life and moving on to better things.
And leading up to today, what challenges have you had?
Leading up to today, I've had challenges with graduating on turning in work on time, coming to class, but I persevered to the end and I finished. Sorry.
What role has alternative schools played for you leading to today?
Alternative schools have played a big role because it's like kind of easier. They're more understanding about what a student needs and they help you, and they're very flexible on giving a student support that they need to continue and go further in their goals.
What are your plans for the future?
I'm working to be a flight attendant or maybe a nurse's assistant, so one of those two. I'm kind of debating, but leaning more towards the flight attendant.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself traveling a lot on a plane, going places wherever I want or wherever I have to go for work.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In 10 years, I hopefully see myself with kids, or maybe not, just living life, just happy overall with what I want, like maybe a house or something.
What's your favorite part of today?
My favorite part of today is finishing, walking across the stage and just being done and turning from the right to the left.
Why are you nervous?
I'm nervous because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like just anxious, like it's a lot of people, it's a big day, and I'm kind of just nervous for all the attention.
And would you have anything to say that you'd like to say to the camera?
I just want to say congratulations to all the graduates in 2023. I hope everybody has a good rest of the year and they keep going on whatever they want in life.
What's your name?
My name is Demarion Murphy.
Why is today so special?
Today is so special because today is the day I finished my 4-year jail sentence.
And leading up to today, what challenges have you had?
Being able to get to school on time. Really the work was easy because I'm smart, but the real challenges was getting there, being able to stay in there, in the process of doing it. Everything else was pretty easy. I actually enjoyed my school year, my 4 school years. Besides that, everything else was easy. Getting there, really.
What roles have alternative schools played leading up to this point, to today?
The role my alternative school played was huge, actually. They helped me a lot throughout my process, guiding me, make sure I'm staying on top of my work, make sure I'm getting here on time. They had the third one time to come get me from the house. So a big role is they played a big family role for me. It was definitely when I needed them. They helped me in the long run and helped me get to this point in my life.
What do you think of education?
Education is very important. What I think education is, it should be learned in a fun way, not being forced on you. Something that's enjoyable for you. Education is important, it should always be taken serious. but I always have a balance between fun and seriousness.
What plans do you have for the future?
I plan on being a truck driver, but that's just my 5-year goal. I always think 5 years ahead before I think 10 years ahead. It makes me stress less, basically. But I'm planning on being a truck driver, working like a job, a 9 to 5 type, become a truck driver. Yeah, after that, I'm gonna go to college, become a businessman. I might start my own trucking company, help people in need who need jobs, work, all that.
Do you have any idea where you're going to be in 10 years?
I would assume starting a business, like in the beginning phases of it, I would hope.
And what are your plans for tonight?
I plan on partying until I fall out. Having fun, because I'm not really a social person. I don't party like that. So when I do go to social events, I like to have the most fun I can. Save it up for like, so I don't got to go out no more after that.
What's your favorite part of today?
Maybe like, it probably would be me receiving the diploma.
And is there anything else you would like to add?
I say, never let things be more than what you can handle. Always stay calm, cool, collected, no matter what the situation is. Never let nobody get you out your comfort zone. And if you ever feel like life is going against you, take a break, breathe, and let it all out. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Serenity, and I am the sister to a 2023 graduate.
How do you feel about your sister graduating today?
I'm very proud of her, and I'm happy for her.
And how do you feel about the rest of her class as a whole?
I'm proud of everybody, and I think everybody is. I'm proud of everybody.
I feel the class as a whole
So let me turn it over.
Is going to be great.
And do you see yourself one day following in your sister's footsteps?
No, but I'm also going to graduate.
Okay, so repeat my...
Oh, right, my bad.
You
Okay.
can't hold them down. That's for the graduates.
He just actually not want to be interviewed.
Is this how?
Are you going to help your sister today in any way to graduate?
Am I going to help my, yes, I am going to help my sister.
What's your favorite part about today?
My favorite part about today is seeing my sister walk across that stage.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
To be honest, I didn't think she'd be here, but I'm really happy she's graduating because in the beginning it was really rough for her and she was not on track to graduating, but she turned it around. Look, put the camera on her. Come here. Okay, but yeah. That's it. You know you got time.
Do we gotta say who he is to him? Okay, grandma. My name? His mama and auntie come. Okay. No. You gotta give your, I'll give you some stuff. Give you a stud. Give you a stud.
Miss Ortiz. Miss Ortiz.
He supposed to be here too?
Yeah, he's supposed to be speaking.
Kaylin?
Yes. There you go.
What color is that first? Brown.
Y'all found the plate?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Adam Wagner, and I'm the assistant principal at YCCS West. And I've got angels all around me. They surround me, astound me, make me think profoundly. But the shutdown clowns frowned at our belief. saw only need, only greed, thought that we would drown, thought that we would bleed, not knowing the whole time they were planting seeds, seeds that became mighty trees. They thought they could silence, thought we would resort to violence. But our mutual defiance, our newfound alliance, we learned the realities of science. We learned tactics based on drastic mathematics. We learned a modern revolution, Ishmael's solution for a creative evolution. We learned to cherish our self-awareness, learned to challenge unfairness. We are all God's daughters and sons. We are not Tom Robinsons. We are nobody's victim, not minimum wage. We turned a brand new page. We walked across this stage. It doesn't matter what race, gender, or age. We are the future. We are birds without the cage. Still we rise, and from our hearts we sing. Freedom is being human, a true human, a human being. We are creating the best days and times because nothing matters more than black and brown minds. So let's show what we're made of. Let's let the love spread. This is for all of the graduates, and this is for Red. On behalf of YCCS West High School, we would like to welcome you to our 2023 senior class graduation. We wish all our 2023 graduates lots of success as they begin their new endeavors in life. You now have the skills necessary to accomplish anything that you want, and keep in mind that this is not the end, but only the true beginning of your journey in life. In the words of Nelson Mandela, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. YCCS class of 2023, your world awaits. And now, without too much further ado, I want to welcome our keynote speaker, Mr. Michael Fry. I am looking for, there we go. Michael Fry is a StoryWorks founder and has been writing, developing, teaching, and acting within stories for over 30 years. In Hollywood, he's worked on shows like The Cosby Show, The Fresh Prince, Townsend TV, and The Parenthood. And as an actor, he's played 2 guest starring roles on NBC's Chicago Med. With a BA from Georgetown University and an MFA from NYU Tisch School of the Arts, and as a graduate of the WB Television Writers Workshop, he has developed a unique system of storytelling across platforms. As a tenured professor at Columbia College Chicago, he has had the privilege of teaching and nurturing greats like Nina Wade. As an advertising executive and creative branding agency owner, Michael has a deep understanding of how the inner branding dictates the outer stories we tell ourselves, our families, our relationships, and our communities. He created a system of service, REACH, suicide prevention for the Veterans Administration. As part of the CPS team and AIM Artists in Residence initiatives, Michael taught and shared compassion at Clarendon and May before they closed and gave talks on digital storytelling, transmedia literacy, Black images in the media, Black images in America, African civilizations, 200,000 BC to present. Michael was the CPS Convergence Classroom keynote speaker in 2011, delivering the Transmedia Classroom over a 2-day interactive cross-platform workshop. As a published author, Storytelling Across the World, Focus Press 2013, he has shared his knowledge of cross-platform storytelling with the world. As a TED's speaker, Michael's taught The Other, How Negative Images Affect Human Relationships, addresses how slavery, war, genocide, and colonization and hate-based imagery and messaging has led to a world of others othering one another. As healing, meditation, ritual, and movement facilitator with Holistic EDU, Michael researches, practices, and designs, delivers trainings on meditation, breathwork, chakras, sound healing, yoga, tai chi, and qigong. As a co-owner and essential mix master at Trade Routes Apothecary, Michael utilizes his love for botanic oils to create original organic medicinals that help humans heal. Storyworks represents his pursuit of wholeness and desire to be of deep, meaningful, and impactful service to the whole school, students, teachers, admin, staff, family, and community. Storyworks, what's your story? And now, Mr. Michael Fry.
That was a long bio, you know. That's a lot. It's supposed to be a little bit of that, but I'm very grateful and honored, number one, to be here. Not just because I know several or many or almost all of our graduates today, but because as I look around the room, as I'm able to connect to individual people, I see myself in you. I see a whole bunch of beautiful black and brown people, and I see a sprinkling of my white brothers and sisters, and all of you are giving me the courage to stand here right now and deliver your keynote speech. So I want to talk a little bit about greatness. I do know something about greatness, but before I start with that, I want to say that your graduates are great. Can we clap for them? But what is greatness, right? We tend to measure greatness based on celebrity, don't we? We tend to think about greatness as people who have risen so far above the norm that they hail our ability to dream ourselves as them. I've known such greats as Will Smith, Jamie Foxx, Chris Tucker, Bernie Mac, Robert Townsend, Damon Wayans, Ice Cube, Pat Ewing, Lena Waithe, but the greatest person, the greatest hero, the greatest celebrity that I've ever known is my mother. And I say that because my mother scrubbed floors in the 60s. She used to say, I used to scrub white folks' floors in the daytime and go to school at night to get my GED. Right? She suffered abuse in the South, in the Jim Crow South. She saw brothers and sisters hung. Right? But still, she kept moving forward. She jumped over those obstacles and she kept moving. She got her GED and she moved forward to become a registered licensed nurse. But even then, life was difficult. She had to work 2 jobs, right? Unfortunately, the father figures in my life were shaky, and she had to be both. And so to me, she is the epitome of a hero. But what's a hero, right? Well, in America, to understand heroism, to understand heroes, we have to first talk about what is a story, okay? So you guys know probably already that I'm a storyteller, right? But do you know that storytelling is in everyone's blood in this room? I don't care where you're from. If you're from Africa, if you're from Mexico, Central America, South America, Asia, Europe, our collective ancestors, our collective ancestry as the human race grew up, right, telling and listening to stories. Stories tell us more about ourselves. Stories tell us about what it means to be human. Right? So one thing I'll say that unifies all of us in this room is that as the human race, we've all fallen in love with either reading, watching, or hearing stories take place. But why? Why do we love stories? Well, stories are always a great mystery, aren't they? They always start out and you don't know what's going to happen next. A great story will keep you questioning what's going to happen next. What's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? whether it's movies, whether it's TV, or whether it's TikTok, right? We're all on a quest to discover more about one another through our storytelling, to discover more about what it means to be human. But the thing about stories is that stories are not all play, right? In order to have a really good story, you have to not only have a great setting. What's a setting? All my storytellers know this, but I'm not gonna ask a question. A setting is your location, it's where you are, it's the context. So right now there's a story being told in this room, the room is the context, right? Chicago is part of the context, right? North America, America is part of the context. We're here in that context. So all the stories have a setting. What else? You need to have people, right? So you throw them in. What are those? Those are characters, right? All the stories are going to have characters in the audience. Those watching, listening, or reading are going to have to connect to those characters, to those stories. And all stories have characters that are either heroes or what? Or villains, right? So a story unfolds as a quest. What's a quest? It's a journey. It's a seeking of something, right? The hero identifies something that he or she or they wants or desires, and they're going to go after it. But there's always an obstacle. There's always something in between them and what they want. Am I correct? Right? And so what I'm going to posit right here, I'm going to say that, yeah, I'm a storyteller, and of course my story works for storytellers, but I'm going to say that everyone in this room is a storyteller. And I'm going to go even further. I'm going to say that everyone in this room is a great storyteller. And I'm going to go further, and I'm going to say everyone in this room is currently authoring a great, great, great story. Matter of fact, everyone in this room is authoring the most important story that they can ever tell. Everyone in this room is authoring the story of their lives. Everyone in this room is the writer, the producer, the director, and the actor in a story called life. And like all great stories, there's one fundamental, definite thing. There's going to be a beginning, there's going to be a middle, and yes, there's going to be an end. But unlike fictional stories that we may see on TV or stories we may see in a movie or read, we don't know when that end is coming. Right? And so we're always kind of haunted in the back of our minds by the fact that at some point, this whole story is going to end. But let's talk about this. So if everyone in this room is a storyteller, and everyone in this room right now is authoring their own life story, what part of that story are we in? The beginning, right? For our graduates. Let's say from age 0 to 25 is the beginning of a story. So our graduates and many other people in this room are in the beginning of that story. And that's the part where you have what's called the setup, right? That's where you have the general location, Chicago. Let's just say the school is YCCS West, right? And the characters are each and every one of you. And you're at that beginning point where you're just starting to come out of your shell. Let's talk about the beginning before we move on. So in the beginning of a life story, a lot is already done for you. How many people here chose their name at birth? Anyone here choose their religion? Anyone here choose their parents at birth? Anyone here choose their country of origin, their neighborhood, their socioeconomic condition, or what type of money, financial situation you were going to be in? You didn't get to choose any of that. Right? So in some ways, it's not a story like a movie. You're kind of handed the beginning part of your story, and you have to make the most out of it that you can. But here's what I want to say to our graduates. You're at the end of that beginning. You guys are 18 and over, and what that means is that now you have the power to choose. You have the power to make a plan and take steps towards your own dream, your own destiny. And so if we're making a wonderful, wonderful movie about your life, what I would like you to do is feel empowered. To feel as if you now, at 18, 19, 20, 21, have stepped out of one stage of life where things were more done for you, where legally you were under 18 or under 21. Now it's up to you. No one can tell your story for you. But here's something else about a great story. A great story for the hero, right, always has helpers. It always has people with the hero that are helping them along. And I want graduates right now, look around the room. Look at the people who are here for you. These are your helpers. And helpers, look at your graduates. Are the young people that you must continue to help as they move forward into the world, because guess what? This is not an easy story to tell. Life is not a comedy. Life can be very dramatic. Life can sometimes be a thriller, and life can sometimes be a crime drama. And what I'm saying to you is that these young heroes, these students, these graduates, these young heroes who are going to do the best to author their own story are going to continue to need you. But what I want to say to graduates is, you're now at the place where you're going to have to help other people. Okay? You're at the place where it's no longer okay to just aim for yourself. I want you all to think about how can you reach back into your neighborhood, into your community, into your family, back into other school systems, and help some kids up. Be of service, right? So a lot of times in our life stories, the villains aren't necessarily outside of ourselves. Sometimes we become our own villain. Sometimes we become our own obstacle. And so what I want to tell you is, when that happens, there's a couple things I want you to do, and I've taught my students this. When something happens in your life, especially if it's something that you brought on yourself, our tendency is to beat ourselves up. Our tendency is to feel failure. Our tendency is to usually give up on things. What I challenge you to do is to say to yourself, when you hit an obstacle, when you hit a wall, I want you to say, well, wait a minute here. Hold up. Wait, pause. If I'm the hero of my own story, if I'm the author of my own life, then I can pause. I can rethink, and I can write this thing the way I want it to go. Right? So you guys have the power at this point moving forward to start to really plan for the future. All right? Now we've done in some of my workshop classes, we've done a 1-year plan, we've done a 5-year plan. I want you guys to do a 10-year plan for yourself. Because as a screenwriter, I'll tell you this, the only way I'm able to write a movie is to already have an outline. Okay, the only way that an actor is able to be a professional and get the job done is to already have a script. And so what I encourage you guys to do is to take the time over the summer, if you haven't already, and to plan out the next 10 years of your life story. Right? So that as the director of your life story, you know how to direct. As the actor and the star of your life story, you know what to do. Right? And as the producer and marketing executive of your life story, you know how to sustain yourself. One more thing before I get to closing remarks. And that is the idea of having what I call balance. Balance. Because what you have to do is, when you get thrown down, you got to bounce back up. You bounce up fresh, you bounce up new because you bounce higher. Right? So that means you got to learn how to get a new plan, a new approach when something doesn't work out, and try it again. One more thing, and in the black and brown community, we tend to be ashamed of this, but more and more and more and more, listening to my students, they aren't ashamed. Let's get our mental health together. Let's get our self-care together. Let's take care of ourselves. Let's have self-love. Let's love ourselves because guess what? If you don't love yourself, you can't really love anybody else. A couple more things. Plans and big challenges. Now, remember there's a beginning, there's a middle, and there's an end. You guys are entering the middle, and there's no guarantee when that end is going to come. With that, I would like to play the compilation. My brother, can you help me a little bit? I've prepared a compilation of Storyworks videos in very short snippets. So that you can see.
Black Lives Matter is my topic, not because of the movement, but because of Black Lives Actually Matter.
Alright, my name is Neil Maxey. What I'm going to be talking about today is prison, aka mass incarceration.
I'm breathing in and out. The silence was loud as my heartbeat pounds. I focus, but not on doubts.
Hey everybody, I just want to discuss self.
Hi, my name is Josh, and Black Lives Matter is my topic, not because of the movement, but because of Black Lives Actually Matter.
Hi, my name is Neil Maxey. My topic today is what I'm going to be talking about today is prison. Prison, aka mass incarceration.
I'm breathing in and out. The silence was loud as my heartbeat pounds. I focus, but not on doubts.
Hey everybody, I just want to discuss self-love. I have something for y'all. Self-love is considered an important aspect of self-esteem and overall well-being.
I don't like crowds. I don't like feeling like I'm being seen. Like, did you guys even know my favorite color was green? I hate when fake people smile from ear to ear because my intentions are always real clear.
Hi, my name is Armani Sanders. Today's topic is correct. Credit allows you to grow financially, to obtain loans, to purchase homes, cars, and essential needs.
Hello, you guys. I'm doing my project on sex trafficking. Sex trafficking is bad because they kidnap people, children, and adults.
I don't talk to people because I'm shy. Y me gusta hablar en español porque me siento fine.
Hello, my name is Nakai Jones, and my topic is Percocet. Opiate-involved overdose deaths rose from 21,089 in 2010 to 89,411 in 2021.
Hello, my name is Arthur. Today we're going to talk about sexual harassment in the group.
Speak up. Yeah, speak up. Speak up, speak up, speak up, speak up. Look, something happened to her, now she didn't want to talk. Something happened to her, now she can't even walk. Something happened to her, now he needs to go to jail. Happened to her, now she needs to tell the tale.
Hear me. Time gets overturned on my lessons learned. Life is unconfirmed, no longer feeling burned. Hear me.
I'm taking the next step in life. I finally feel free. I'm getting rid of this strife. I'm becoming the real me. Graduation.
My name is Eric, and I'm out because my family tells me I've been through a lot that I can help people. I've been surviving and I'm choosing peace because I'm getting ready to be a father. I want to see the world change to become a better place. I have a plan 1 year after graduation to have more inner peace and meditation. I plan to have a good relationship with my girl and my baby. Forming a family of my own. I will be studying a trade for a new career. Help create peace in my community. In 5 years, I will want to have my own house. Pay off all my debt, become financially independent. I'm going to be the man I'm planning to be. This is why Eric Smith matters.
Let's just have a moment of silence.
As you guys can see, Mr. Fry has done some powerful work with our students over the last year. Storyworks this is the first year that YCCS West utilized Mr. Fry and Cornell. And I told Mr. Fry earlier this week, 25% of our students here that's graduated today is graduated. They are graduating because of this program. This program not only was the program engaging and it gave the students voice, but it also allowed the students that fallen behind assigned credit to make up that credit via English. So, Mr. Fry, Cornell, I really appreciate you guys for coming and being a part of the YCCS team. I would like to present the Leadership Award for 2023 to Michael Fry.
Hello again. I got a few awards to give out. So when I call your name, please come up to the stage and remain on the stage until I have called everybody's name. The first thing we want to recognize is our students who got perfect test scores, meaning they're reading and or doing math at the college level already. So in reading, we had 3 perfect scores. Please come up, Samantha Hurtado. Michaela Bryant. And Joseph Rodriguez. We had 9 students who got perfect scores in math, and those students are Jaden Clark, Olivia Clayton, Kendrick Flax, Leah Hernandez, Janelle Howard, the opportunity to become part of what's called the Social Justice Freedom Schools Network. We were one of 4 schools selected to be part of the Freedom Schools. And basically what we did is talk about how we can make school a source of freedom, how we can change what we do in school in order to represent ourselves and our communities in a better way. So I'd like to pass out some certificates for that as well. So I'm going to read to everybody. It wants Olivia Clayton, Deontay Clements, Adrian Dukes, Jerica Dunn, Alia Hernandez, Samantha Hurtado, Denise Donegan, Lisa Maya Lemus, Ariana Marshall, Mariana Norton, Maya Patel, and Michaela Perez.
I know we were just acknowledging students, but I think it's really important to acknowledge our teammates. I want to acknowledge 2 in particular. Well, definitely, if it wasn't for this person, none of the seniors here would be here. She made sure that all the seniors had their learning plans succeed in order. She made sure that all the students did all the requirements as far as the student surveys. What else? Made sure that you applied to colleges. She also planned all the senior activities throughout the year, along with the student council. You guys know what it is? But the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. Because the anchor, the rock of the school, heart and soul, she made sure that all the students were assessed. She also played a part in planning events. She's also in charge of the money, if you guys will know. I know you guys think I'm the person that's in charge of the money. But This is the person that made sure that all you guys got across the stage, just get across the stage, got all of your caps and gowns, anything that we need. I mean, from the staff personnel to the building maintenance people. Ms. Proctor has gone above and beyond the call of duty. Sam working late hours, even like yesterday. I think she stayed till like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, making sure that this event run well. So let's give it up for Mom Proctor.
It now gives me great pleasure to introduce our student speaker for today, Ms. Michaela Perez.
First, I would like to thank everyone for being here today to support and watch us as we start a new chapter of our lives. I'm sure this is a big moment for you as it is for us. I'm sure most of us are grateful for you and appreciate your support. I hope you continue to be here and watch as we grow. I would also like to thank the staff who helped guide us on our paths. You guys have worked hard and have stressed just to see us walk across this stage. After all your efforts, you can finally reap your reward. Some of you played major roles in our lives and have taught us many different things. It's nice to know you guys are there for us. And I know you guys will miss some of us, like me, of course. And I'm sure some of us will miss you too. Some of us could have made it without you. We appreciate all that you've done, and I hope that you continue. And now, my fellow students and leaders. I remember being scared to start in on maternity school, but honestly, it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. It felt like a family. We've made many memories and built many relationships. We've argued, we've laughed, we've cried, but we all stuck together. Some of us may never speak or see each other again, but the time we had together is something we won't forget. I would love to congratulate us on our hard work and being able to push despite everything we've been through. We all face different situations and gone to the school for different circumstances, but that didn't stop any of you. Some of us have gone through hell and back just to walk across this stage. Many of you could have given up and stopped trying, but you didn't. This is what makes us different. This is why we make this better. We continue to push and fight, even if people didn't believe in you or you didn't believe in yourself. We are here and we will continue to be. The past doesn't define us. What we overcome and what we make of our situations and ourselves is what defines us. Every time life is hard, remember what it took to get this far. Tell yourself, RWYS. Remember why you started.
Thank you, Michaela. Michaela is student council president, and she played a part in this event and other events that we had throughout the year. So I appreciate you. I'm going to miss you dearly. We had a second keynote speaker, and unfortunately he's not here today, so I'm going to our presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and faculty, parents, and the exceptional class of 2023. It is my absolute honor to stand before you today as we celebrate your high school graduation. You all have come a long way since the first day you walked in the doors of YCCS West. And it is with great pride and excitement that we gather here to mark the stimulation of your journey together. As we reflect on this past year, I'm struck by the incredible growth you all have experienced. You entered the school with wide eyes and uncertain about your future, and you were filled with dreams and aspirations, eager to carve out your own path in the world. And now, you're here, ready to embark on the next chapter of your lives. This year has been filled with countless moments of joy, laughter, triumphs, but has also presented some challenges and obstacles, as you guys know. You have endured sleepless nights, demanding exams, and the pressures of social expectations. Yet, through it all, you have persevered. You have demonstrated resiliency, determination, and unwavering commitment to your education. But you did not achieve these milestones alone. Your success is a testament to the unwavering support that you have received from your family, friends, and dedicated teachers and staff who have guided you along the way. They have been your cheerleaders, your mentors, your source of inspiration. So let's take a moment to express a heartfelt gratitude to all those who believed in you and invested in your future. Now, as you step into the world beyond YCCS West, remember that you are not just graduates. You are future leaders, innovators, and change makers. You are a generation that has grown up in rapid, evolving technology faced with unique challenges and opportunities. You have witnessed the power of technology and the importance of social justice and the urge to protect our planet. Class of 2023, you have the ability to make a difference. Each one of you possess talents, passions, and perspectives that shape the world in profound ways. Whether you choose to pursue higher education, enter the workforce, or embark on a different path, embrace your individuality and use it to drive positive change. As you move forward, do not be afraid to dream big. Take risks and challenge the status quo. Remember that failure is not a setback, but an opportunity to learn and grow. Approach each obstacle as a chance to demonstrate your resiliency and determination. But as you strive for success, do not lose sight of the importance of compassion, empathy, and kindness. In the world that sometimes can feel divided and uncertain, it is your responsibility to build bridges and foster understanding and lift each other up. But it's important that you advocate for inclusiveness, equality, and justice for all. Today, as you bid farewell to high school, celebrate not only your achievements, but also the bonds that you have formed and the memories that you have created. Cherish the late night study sessions, the laughter in the hallways, and the friendships that would last a lifetime. Class of 2023, as you embark on this new chapter, remember that your potential is limitless. You have the power to shape your own destiny and create a better world. Seize every opportunity, embrace every challenge, and never lose sight of the incredible impact you can make. Congratulations to the class of 2023. And realize the realization of your dreams. Thank you, and go forth and conquer the world. Now, can I have you guys stand up? As part of the tradition, we would like you to take a tassel and move it over to the left. In Valley Power, vested in me by the state of Illinois Board of Education. We are now practicing. To do a special presentation. We have a student that's not with us. We got Dean Eric Smith. Who's supposed to be a student that was walking across the stairs. Ms. Proctor, you want to talk a little bit about that?
On behalf of YCCS West High School, we'd like to present you with a diploma for Eric Smith. The first student receiving their diploma will be Tyrisha John. Ariana Marshall. Angie Garcia.
Big congrats. Congratulations.
Denise Brown. Armani Sanders.
Amani Sanders.
Brianna Martinez. Deontay Clinton. Michaela Johnson. Sapphire Gomez.
Tell me your name and why
James.
today is so special to you.
Name James. What's special is about me is me finishing school and getting good grades and stuff. And that's about it. See you too. Hey, come. I'm gonna text you.
What are some challenges that you've had leading up to this point?
Basically doing like a trade and finish basically my life in future, chase my dream basically. And that's about it.
What are your plans for the future?
My plans for the future is flip buildings and come an entrepreneur. Yeah. What you want to say to them?
Yo, what's up? Y'all know what it is? Yo.
What you want to say, Coca? Come on, we got to come in. Come in.
So, and then after I ask the question, repeat the question and statement form in your answer.
Okay.
Okay. So, how have alternative schools played a role with you up until this point?
Basically, like the teachers and students too, and staff and principals.
Okay, so just repeat what I said to you. Alternative schools.
Alternative school. Okay. We could have did this outside.
Okay.
You want to do it outside? The rest of it? Oh, okay.
Alternative schools.
Alternative school play a role and basically play it off like teachers, Coca, and all. And that's about it. So,
what are your plans for the future?
for the future, flip houses and come out Troubadour and do my trade, cut hair.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
A father.
I see myself.
Yeah, we doing it.
So you have to say, I see myself in 5 years.
I see myself in 5 years being the father and basically flip house, basically.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
10 years, a teacher. I want to be a teacher in Archibald.
What's your favorite part of today?
Me getting my diploma and finish school.
My favorite part of today?
My favorite part is today is me getting my diploma and finish school.
And what are your plans for tonight?
Tonight, I don't know. Gotta see how everything go.
Is there anything you want to say to the camera?
The camera, nah, that's it. She just dropped her food.
Anything you want to say to your favorite teacher?
My favorite teacher, Mr. Coker, Miss B, everybody in that building, thank you for letting me pass, though. But one of my two favorites, Miss B and Mr. Coker, that's it.
What's your name?
My name is Tamaya Jones.
And why is today so special?
Today is so special for me because I'm graduating and I didn't really think I was going to graduate, so this is real special for me.
What were the challenges up to this point?
The challenges up to this point for me was having like the motivation to come, because I be real tired and stuff. So it would be the motivation in getting up out my bed in the morning.
How did you get the motivation to get out? What were you thinking of?
Actually, when I got the motivation from when I transferred to YCCS, they kind of was like on the same track as me. They wanted me to go, like they wanted me to kind of elevate. So that was like the best motivation I had.
And following along the same lines, how has alternative schools, how have they been a role for you up to this point?
Alternative schools played a big role for me because it's like they all for you. They here to help you. Like other schools, they just for them. But YCCS, they was on my time basically. They was cool for whatever I had going on.
What do you think of education?
Education is important and helpful.
what's your plan for the future?
My plan for the future is to move out of town and go really big and really far with hair.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years, I'm gonna have a shop. I'm gonna be out of town. I'm gonna have a family of my own, and I'm gonna be building it for myself.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
10 years? I don't know. I'm not really sure. In 10 years, I'm not sure what I would be doing, but I'll probably be famous in 10 years. Yeah, I'm gonna be famous.
What's your favorite part of today?
You already famous, baby. Yeah.
My favorite part of today was graduating and walking off the stage with my diploma. That was the best part.
And is there anything else you want to say?
Thank you, YCCS, and graduate, because you're gonna love that feeling. That's it.